let's get into it now. Let's start talking about it. We are still very bullish. Looking at the daily time frame, we look very, very bullish, right? I am expecting more bullish price action. That's my expectation. We had pretty much an engulfing candle, right? We had an engulfing candle yesterday, and we have already traded back into this now bullish order block technically, and we've seen a long wick already, right? So that's the first thing. We've got a nice swing high up top, and I know we do have this big daily and weekly bearish imbalance, but I do want to see us start running through that. I want to see us at least come for some buy side. We also created some equal highs on the daily time frame right here, so I want to see us go for those equal highs. And there's going to be some other levels we're going to start talking about as well. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. All right, so on the 4-hour, I know you probably see this 1-hour breaker. We'll talk about that in just a second. But on the 4-hour, perfect retracement down to this fair value gap. Perfect retracement down to equal lows. See these equal lows right here? Look at that. We came down, targeted them, wicked below into a fair value gap, and then started pumping, right? So we look very bullish on the 4-hour. We've completely inversed all of our 4-hour bearish fair value gaps, right? We've inversed all those levels. We have equal highs up here at previous week high. And then we've got another swing high and then another swing high. So we're looking very bullish here on the 4-hour. And then if we go down to the 1-hour time frame, I wanted to point out this 1-hour bullish unicorn here. So right here we had this low high, lower low, and then we displaced the highs, leaving a fair value gap behind. The first time we tapped into this fair value gap, we saw the long step in, and that was one of our confluences that got me into the longs yesterday, was off of this unicorn model. And then last night we traded back into this, and then you can see here, perfect bounce again off of that unicorn model, right? When we have a fair value gap overlapping the bullish breaker. Perfect bounce again, and now we're looking extremely bullish. We then inversed a 1-hour SIBI. We created another 1-hour busy right here, and we bounced off that. So everything right now is telling me bullish, bullish, bullish. Everything looks bullish right now. I'm expecting a continuation up to equal highs, up to previous week high, right? And then up to more swing highs above. That's my expectation right now. We do want to pay attention to what news we have today, right? We have FOMC minutes coming out today. But that is not until 2 p.m., right? So it's not until 2 p.m. Eastern. So we have a long time until that news comes out. We do have some other news before that. We do have some FOMC members speaking throughout the day. And we have an orange folder news event, crude oil inventories at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, which I'm not expecting any crazy volatility from crude oil inventories. So I expect pretty solid price action today. We've been talking about it the past 2 days. We're expecting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to be pretty decent price action. So we're going to be looking for some good trade setups today. We're going to be looking for some long setups. Let's go down to the 15-minute and let's look at our London and Asia highs and lows. I'm just going to get rid of these lines here. All right, so down here, this is our London low all the way down here. All right, so we have not taken out our London low. Untapped right there. And then our Asia low is probably going to be somewhere around here. So we've already taken out Asia low, all right? But then what's up here? That's previous day high, right? Previous day high is up here. Let's look for our Asia high, which already looks like it's been swept, right? So we've already swept Asia high. And then we can look for London high, which already looks like it's been swept as well. So the only level, I guess a few levels that have not been taken out from our previous sessions are previous day high and then London low down here, right? If we go back to that daily time frame, obviously we haven't taken out previous day low. That's not what I expect to happen. But we have those equal highs, so I'm expecting this to come up to previous day high. Previous week high, same exact level. So that's my expectation. So we're going to be reading the 15-minute time frame going into market open. We're going to be reading our 15-minute fair value gaps. It looks like we're already creating one right here. So we'll have a 15-minute busy created as we go into market open, which is always a good sign, right? Which means we could come down to that 15-minute busy, possibly grab some internal liquidity on some smaller time frames, all right, like on the 1 minute. We could always see us come down and sweep this low, trade into a 15-minute busy, and then see us continue back up to buy-side liquidity. So that might be something we see happen here. That's kind of something I'm looking for. Busy stands for buy-side imbalance, sell-side inefficiency. So it's basically just a bullish fair value gap. That's what a busy is. That's what a busy is. So let's go look at ES now. Let's go look at ES. Of course, no problem. So on the daily time frame, we're already almost at previous day high as well. Now we did not get displacement of the highs, so we did have a little bit of SMT at the highs on the daily time frame. Let's get rid of that. But we can see previous day low, previous week lower on the same level. But previous week high, previous day high are very different. So we might see some big SMT between ES and NQ today, depending on how much ES wants to pump. All right, so the 4 hour, same kind of levels here. We do still look pretty bullish. We traded down into that 4 hour busy, same thing, started pumping again. Going down to the 1 hour, you know, we still look very bullish on the 1 hour as well. Very bullish on the 1 hour. We also had this 1 hour unicorn model that we bounced off of on ES2. So I would expect some continuation. One thing that we can notice down here though, for the, you know, maybe for later on, is that we have like a bunch of equal lows here on ES that we might come back down for. Eventually we might come back down for those equal lows. So something to note. But for now, I'm expecting continuation up to buy side, up to previous week high on ES as well. So we'll be looking at that. Let's see, we're also creating that 15-minute busy here on ES. It would be a SIBI. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. SIBI. So that's my pre-market analysis here. Again, expecting bullish price action today. You know, we still have a few minutes until market open, but it's pretty simple today. Nothing too complicated. You know, as long as we're respecting our hourly bullish unicorn, as long as we're respecting our bullish order flow here, I'm expecting a continuation up to previous week high. So this might be something that we look to take pretty quick today, because we might see a quick pump since we've already seen a very strong pump since, you know, this morning from pre-market. We might see it happen pretty quick today. So we might not be waiting as long as we usually do to take an entry. But again, we're still going to practice patience. We can already see ES is almost at previous day high right now. But same mindset we've had all week, right? Staying patient, making sure price action is worth trading, not trading bad accumulation, not trading low probability price action, but waiting for high probability with A+ setups. That's going to be our main focus today. All right, guys. Well, I hope you are all doing well. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to anybody who might be new. Excited to have you here. Excited for another day of trading. Excited for another day of living, really. So, good morning, guys. That's my pre-market analysis. For anybody that just joined up, we have a very strong bullish bias this morning. Very strong bullish bias. I do want to see us come down and grab some sell side before we end up pumping. All right, we kind of talked about us coming down pre-market or right after the market opens down to this low. Trading into a 15-minute busy, bullish imbalance, and then seeing a pump up to previous day high, previous week high. That's going to be the first trade setup we look to take today. That's going to be the first trade setup we look to take. All right. Cool, guys. Well, that's all I got right now. If you guys got any questions, any comments before the market opens, let me know, and we'll get right into it. So market's about to open here in just 1 minute. Just about 1 minute. Just about 1 minute. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right. All right. So what do I think about the 15-minute close? Good question. I don't mind the 15-minute close. I don't mind it. I knew we were going to come back down at some point. So I think it's fine. Obviously, it's a smaller fair value gap here that we're creating. But I don't mind it. I think that, you know, we still have strong bullish sentiment here in the market. All right, so we just closed. The market is now open. We did already grab that 1 minute sell side level. Did we get some SMT down here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, no SMT. So let's see how far we do want to push down first. I am expecting us to start pushing down at market open. The furthest I would want us to go is all the way down to here to these lows. I wouldn't expect us to go too far. So ES is looking pretty bearish here. Market open, trying to come down for some sell side, which is fine. Guys, when I see the market opening pretty bearish, that doesn't mean I'm looking for shorts. Just kind of means I'm expecting a fake out move just for us to reverse right back to buy side. So I don't get worried when we're starting to drop, right? Because I'm expecting this. We already talked about this going into the market. Yes, exactly. A Judas swing. We already expected it. So we should not be surprised when it happens. All right, so what we do want to see is if the market reverses back up, we want to see us come up in inverse a 1 minute SIBI like this one. So we're now trading into that 15-minute busy. All right, so we want to see us trade into this busy here, end up reversing, and then come up and inverse some 1 minute SIBIs. Now, it might take a little bit for us to do that. We might see some strong manipulation first. Obviously, on ES, we saw a strong drop over here. So we might see us drop a little bit here. But not to worry. Not worried about that. Just going to stay patient until we see our setup. All right, so pretty aggressive drop. Respecting bearish order flow right now. So like I said, I wouldn't want to see us go further than this low all the way down here. I would not want to see us. I would want to see us maybe take out that low, and that's kind of it. Obviously, we're seeing a pretty strong drop here at market open. Pretty strong drop. But we're trading back into, we're going to be trading back into an hourly imbalance here. So that's where I would want to see us really bounce from if we were going to continue to drop here. Would be that hourly bullish imbalance. Yes, overall bias is very bullish right now, Deep. Overall bias is very bullish. All right, so we just traded into VWAP here. We can also come take a look at what the VIX is up to. See how the VIX is opening here. A little bit bullish on the VIX. All right, but as to be expected right now, going into market open, we're coming to fill some gaps here. That's fine. Eventually, I do want to see the VIX start to drop a little bit, right? I want to see the VIX start to come down, and I want to see NQ start to reverse. All right, so let's just keep waiting. Very strong drop here. So now we're into that hourly busy. This is where we really want to see a strong rejection off of. Right, we really want to see us reject off this hourly busy. Like I said, at the most, I'd want to maybe see us come down and grab this low down here, grab some sell side. But if we keep dropping, then we might see us actually come all the way down to London low, back into the hourly bullish unicorn, which I don't really want to see that happen necessarily, because that would be a pretty far drop. I really just want to see us come down into this hourly and start to reverse here. I want to see us inverse this 1 minute. If we start to inverse this 1 minute, that's when I'm already starting to look for a long position. So we'll see what we do here. We will see what we do here. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. A little bit of coffee, a little bit of water, and we are dialed in. We are good to go. Cheers. All right. Well, we might need to get a little bit of music going. Yeah, do you guys like this hoodie? This is going to be for sale pretty soon. We're going to have this hoodie for sale pretty soon. We got the Eternal Exchange on the arms right here, on the sleeves. And then we got the actual bigger logo on the back. Necesito. So yeah, we will have that. We will have that for sale very soon. Very soon. Don't worry. All right, guys. So just kind of waiting here. We did finally take out that low. We got big SMT divergence now. Ooh, okay. I got you, Sea Breezy. I got you. I got you. A little bit of Everlong. Okay, so let's look at this low right here. Notice how we came down and swept it? If you guys want to turn down the music, right click on the stream and you can turn the music all the way down if you want to. So now we got SMT divergence right here. Look at this. NQ came down and swept the low. This is kind of what I wanted to see here. ES did not sweep the same exact low here, so that's SMT. Now I want to see a reversal here, guys. Yeah, shit clean. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now I want to start seeing the reversal. So what I'm going to wait for... I'm not going to take an entry already because that would be way too aggressive because we see so much bearish order flow. I know we have SMT divergence and I'm expecting the longs to step in, but I want to see us start inversing this 1 minute SIBI here. Right, so if we can start inversing this 1 minute SIBI, that's now when I'm looking to target a long position. And I'm looking to target it up to these highs and then ultimately all the way up to these highs. So let's just be patient, guys. Okay, ES is still coming down, so we might not have that SMT anymore. Which I don't necessarily really want to see here. Because if we do actually get a strong market structure shift here at these lows, then I would think about shorting this. I would think about shorting this all the way down to London low. So far, we don't have the market structure shift, but we're getting pretty close to it. Jeez, man. Yeah, guys, prayers to everybody in Florida again. I will continue to pray for you guys. Hopefully, if you're in that zone, you guys have been able to evacuate. But prayers to anybody with family or, you know, it's an insane storm coming up. So our prayers are with you guys. Forever. Alright, guys, so I'm waiting for us to come back up and inverse here. Right when we inverse this 1 minute, I'm looking for a long position. I really want to start seeing us inverse that 1 minute. Again, we're getting a bounce off the 1 hour, but we just bounced off that 1 minute SIBI, so I really wanted to see us push through. We're also going to have a 5 minute SIBI, it looks like, above, so we're going to have to inverse that as well. Yes, exactly, right? So the inverse would be closing above this 1 minute SIBI and then coming back into it, retesting it. Now it acts as a support level. We're looking to take it long. What is that showing us? That's basically showing us that buyers are now in control. Bullish order flow is now in control, and we are looking for longs to step in. We're not respecting bearish order flow anymore. Does that OB have any importance? Yeah, the order blocks always have some importance for sure. But when I see such a strong move pushing through a level like that, like if I see us push through this 1 minute, I'm expecting us to push right through that order block as well. A little bit of Green Day. Would you queue up Dead Poet Society? I got you. Oh, Coda. Got you. All Alright guys, I'm waiting for that inverse right here. ES is looking good. ES is starting to look real good right now. ES is about to inverse that whole level. So again, on the 5 minute, let's look at NQ on the 5. Okay, we're about to get that inverse, guys. I'm starting to look for longs. I'm not even going to wait for us to inverse that 5 minute, honestly. I'm going to just wait for the 1 minute inverse. Okay, so we're going to need to come back for us here. We're getting the inverse now, so now I need to see us come back. If we can come back, I will look for my long position. Come on, NQ, come back. So obviously the aggressive entry would be right when we get above it, you jump into longs, but I want to see us come back right now. Or create another 1 minute fair value gap that I can target my entry off of, because right now we might just run away here. So far pre-market analysis is pretty on point, right? We expected all this to happen. What did I say? The farthest I want us to come down is to this low, right? That's the farthest we went down. We got SMT divergence. We inversed our 1 minute. We're inversing a 5 minute. And now we want to see us continue up to previous day high, previous week high. All the way at 20, what is that? 33175. All right, here we go. We're coming back. So a great confluence here would be creating a 1 minute busy, overlapping a 1 minute SIBI. Balanced price range, right? That would give me a lot of conviction to jump into this trade. Did we just tap? We didn't technically tap into the inverse yet. Alright, here we go. I'm going to start looking for my entry now, guys. If we can bounce off this 1 minute, I will start looking for my entry. There's no bounce yet, so I can't get my entry yet. Too aggressive to the downside. Yeah, that wick on the 5 minute is actually kind of nasty. Kind of nasty. So we might need to wait for this 5 minute. We might need to wait for the 5 minute here. Let's see. I'm still looking right now. If we get a good reaction off of this 1 minute, I will still look for the entry. But right now we are running right through it, so it doesn't look like we're going to get our entry yet. We might manipulate a little bit more. Looks like we're going to get a little bit more manipulation here. So that's fine. Now we just got to wait even longer. That's okay. We just got to practice more patience. We're going to have more SMT divergence at the lows again. We're about to create our 15-minute opening range candle as well, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, we really did avoid that, right? We really did avoid that one. That's why we stay patient, guys. That's why I always wait for a reaction off of a level before I get my entry. I'm never going to take my entry right when you enter a fair value gap, because not every fair value gap is going to be strong enough. Sometimes we're going to run right through a fair value gap, and it just proves that we should not be in that trade. I will always wait for a reaction. I don't care how bad of an entry I get because of that. I will always wait for the reaction, because I'd rather get a worse entry on my trade with confirmation than have no confirmation and with a good entry. Alright, so we'll keep staying patient. We're about to create our 15-minute opening range candle. Alright, so more SMT divergence here again, guys. More SMT again. So let's see if we can now get the reversal. Alright, so where's the SMT this time? Right here. Boom. We really want to see us hold this 1 hour busy here. 5 minute pretty ugly. 5 minute is very ugly. Yeah, I know, right? The 5 minute's terrible right now. So we're respecting bearish order flow on the 5. If we do end up closing below this 5 minute low, that technically would be a bearish breaker. I just really did not want to short this market right now. I really don't want to, because I still have such a bullish bias today. I really don't want to short this market. But if it comes to that, I will. If we did, so we still didn't get our market structure shift. We didn't get our breaker yet. The furthest, again, if we did see a break of structure, market structure shift, the furthest I would see us go now would be to London low. back into the hourly bullish unicorn. I didn't really want to see that happen, though, to be honest with you. Ooh. Yeah, we do have big news tomorrow and Friday, right? Tomorrow and Friday. PPI, CPI. I got you, Seabreezy. Alright, so we'll just keep sitting on our hands right now. No reason to rush any trades yet. No reason to rush any trades. Still got big SMT divergence at the lows here. It obviously looks like this one wants to break out a little bit to the downside. We did just get a little bit of a market structure shift on the 1 minute time frame. But that's not enough for me, right? I would need to see it more on the 5 minute, 15 minute. 15 minute opening range is created. So now we have our opening range low, our orb, right? 15 minute orb down here. Yeah, well, let's see at the highs. Did we get some SMT over here? Did we get some SMT? Let's see. What time frame corrupts are you talking about SMT at the highs? I guess overall, I don't see it. 5 minute, let's look. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, you're right. We did get some SMT at the highs there. We did get some SMT at the highs for sure. So now we got SMT highs and lows here. Highs and lows. Buenos días, Alpha. ¿Cómo estás? Look at ES is still trying to push up right now. Aaron Michaels. We don't do any lifetime right now. We only opened up lifetime a few times. We try to stay away from it. Pretty much the only time I'm gonna be doing lifetime will be like if we have a combo of lifetime mentorship in the future. But we do have a yearly plan. We got a monthly and a weekly plan. So if you want to check it out, go to the hashtag subscribe channel, and you can check out our pricing. Or just shoot one of us a DM. Shoot either me, John, or Braden a DM, and we'll help you out. All right. Right back up into the level, into this imbalance again. I want to see us inverse this 5 minute in the next 2 minutes. That would give me all the conviction I need to then jump into a long again. If we can inverse this 1 minute first, and then inverse the 5 minute, I am now looking for a long again here. We're about to have some more SMT at the highs again. That is a 1 hour fair value gap, Vincent. 1 hour right there. 1 hour busy. So that's why I'm really trusting that 1 hour, because it's it's that higher time frame bullish imbalance. We keep on respecting that level every time we trade into it. So that's why I really do trust it. All right, guys, I just want to see us inverse this 5 minute here, inverse this 1 minute to look for an entry. But again, we'll keep staying patient. We will keep staying patient. No reason to rush. No reason to rush, guys. We just wait for our A+ setup. What's up, Gabe? No trades yet. No trades yet. We are still waiting. Would you get an entry at the inverse bounce of the 1 hour if it went back to it? Okay, so what do you mean by the inverse bounce, right? So we have this 1 hour bullish fair value gap, right? 1 hour bullish fair value gap. So I wouldn't even want to see us come all the way back down, honestly, to the hourly if we did inverse this 5 minute. Like, let's say we do come up and inverse this 5 minute SIBI, or we come up and inverse this 1 minute Sibby, I wouldn't even want to see us come back down to the hourly, because that just means we're probably not respecting bullish order flow, and we're going to do something the same as up here, right? We're just going to come all the way back down and manipulate again. So once we do inverse the 5 minute, if we do, or the 1 minute, I just want to see a continuation, right? I don't want to see us come back down all the way to the hourly. So just kind of a lot of range so far since market open. A lot of range. We're not really seeing continuation. We're not really seeing us break out of our 15-minute opening range yet. So that's why we just got to stay patient. That's why we got to stay patient here. Ooh. Santana. Yeah, man, that's what it's really all about, man. That's one of my main edges in the market, is just patience, man. If you can wait and only take your A+ setups, that's what it's all about. That's how you go to the next level. That's how you go to the next level. And I found in my trading, that's what took me to the next level, was just being patient. Ooh, 3 doors down. A little kryptonite. I like that. Sea Breezy always coming in with the good song requests. Haven't heard this song in a minute. Don't cry. Oh yeah, a little bit of The Cure. The 2 minute got inversed. Let's check it out. We did just inverse the 2 minute, and we tapped into a 2 minute busy. That's a good sign here. I really want to see us inverse the 5 minute. Like, that's what I need to see happen here. So far, we can't seem to inverse it. Oh yeah, Jay Lee. I actually got to see that song. I actually got to see Toto in concert a few years ago. It was pretty cool. Even though like it was pretty much none of the original members of the band, it was still cool. I used to work a valet job out when I lived in Phoenix, and it was at this concert venue sometimes, and I would just sneak into the concerts. Even when I wasn't on shift, I would just put on my uniform, and I would just ask them to go to the bathroom and then go watch a concert. So I got to see a lot of cool concerts. Ooh, that's cool. I still think Africa is like one of the best songs of all time. Such a good song. But Hold the Line is a banger as well. Yeah, I'm not like super well versed with their music. But the songs I do know, I really enjoy. Ooh. A little kryptonite. So right now we're still very kind of choppy here, guys. Still ranging. We're closing on the hourly candle in like 6 minutes. So we do want to see us really start bouncing off this hourly busy. Out of the moon. A lot of long wicks down here. This is good. I want to see us start really bouncing. Exactly, right? I want to see us start bouncing off VWAP here. And if we can just come up and inverse, I know we only have like 40 seconds left on this 5 minute candle, so we might not see inversion of the 5 minute yet. But I at least want to see us try and inverse the 1 minute. At the end. Superman. Holding my hand. Yeah, guys, I mean, I expect a good breakout today. I expect some, an actual trend. Obviously, we have FOMC minutes later on in the day, so maybe we'll see more of a range until that comes out. And we also have CPI, PPI tomorrow and Friday, so we might see more of a range today. But I still want to see some kind of a breakout. I at least want to see us reach previous day high and previous week high today. That's still my expectation. But obviously, we're just doing a lot of chopping right now. We're not really doing that. As long as we're sitting inside of this 15-minute opening range, you know, I'm not really looking for too much. I want to see us break out of this opening range, right? Which is our opening 15-minute candle. So the high up here and the low right here. What do I use for higher time frame bias? So really, I just start at the weekly time frame, right? I'm looking for order blocks, fair value gaps. I'm looking for market structure. I'm looking for our most likely draw on liquidity. Those are the three main things I look for, and I go down the line: the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. That's giving my overall higher time frame bias because it's showing me that if all of those time frames are in alignment, then we're more likely to draw to that side, right? So right now, on my bias, it seems like all of our time frames are aligning to look very bullish. So that's why my overall bias right now is still bullish. Yeah, exactly, Deep, right? So that's the reason you've only seen me take a few trades so far this week. On Monday, you know, I had my good setup. I probably shouldn't have even taken that trade looking back at it, but I still I had conviction in that trade, and it ended up working out after we got stopped out. But the rest of Monday was pretty bad. And then yesterday, I didn't trade the whole day until the afternoon when we saw the perfect A+ setup. And even my first trade got stopped out barely, and then I got my re-entry, and we ended up catching like 160 ticks on that trade. But really, it's just about patience, man. It's about patience. You have to see market structure looking very good and respecting levels. When the market is not respecting our levels, you should not be trading. When it starts to respect our levels, that's when you're looking to trade. Ooh, got you, Breezy. Yeah, we have some news, right? So just at 10 a.m., it's just a yellow folder, right? So I'm not too worried about that. But when we go into 10:30, that's when we have orange folder, so we'll see a little bit more volatility. All right, so we're about to close on the hour in just 2 minutes. What I didn't want to see was us come down and inverse this 1 hour busy. So what I really want to see is us hold this 1 hour busy and start to bounce from it. Because if we can't do that, we might see us come all the way back down to London low. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour wick does not look too good. Does not look too good up there. 15-minute, we're forming a little bit of a breaker here. So we might see it. We have to just see if we inverse this 1 hour. If we don't inverse this 1 hour, I'm still bullish. But if we do inverse this 1 hour busy, I might start looking for a short. But right now, I'm still bullish. Exactly, Tony. Love isn't always on time. Dude, it's about to be Mets versus Padres. Mets versus Padres in the NLCS. That's going to be a series. But go Padres. All right, we're getting the bounce. We're about to close on the hour here, about 30 seconds. You know what? That grand slam did have me shaking a little bit, but we ended up pulling it off in the end. We still pulled it off. I literally said before it happened, I said the only thing we can't do right now is give up a grand slam, and what happened? He gave up a grand slam. But a win is a win. All right, guys. We're about to close on the hour. We still respected the hourly busy here. That's good that we still respected that level. So now we need to see inversion of the 5 minute and of the 1 minute here. And that's going to give us our conviction to start getting in a trade. You're right, Deep. I think Mr. Bob Marley might need to play us some music here in just a second. Don't worry, I'll get it queued up. Alright, so right back into the 5-minute Sibby, and we're not pushing through it. Another strong reaction off that level. We're about to get some more SMT at the highs again. But I still want to see us inverse this. Right, so what do we need to close above on the 1-minute time frame? We need to close above this level right here, above the 1-minute Sibby right there. Does not look like we're trying to do that yet. We are now into silver bullet hour, so now we're looking for our fair value gaps, guys. Our 1-minute fair value gaps. We just tapped into a 1 minute and got a nice bounce off of it. Now let's see if we start getting some inversion here. Patience, 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 guys. No reason to rush any trades right now. Right, if we would have rushed this entry in the longs, we would have gotten stopped out very fast. That's why we did not rush. That's why we stayed patient. Right, if we would have tried to rush this, we would have gotten absolutely destroyed. That's why we don't rush. Gives you the ability to full port. Come on, can we get some inversion here? ES looks pretty ugly right now. NQ looks pretty ugly right now. I'm just waiting for inversion. Hey, you guys know what I say. Don't trade and drive, all right? No trading and driving. No excavating and driving, Tony. Or no excavating and trading. I know you're not, I know you won't stop, but I just had to say it just in case. Man, this market is not what I want to see right now, but that's fine. That's okay. At the dentist. Come on, guys. Can we finally get some inversion here? Can we finally get an inverse fair value gap? We're about to close on the 5-minute as well in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So if we could inverse both of these levels, that would be nice. Still no inversion yet, but we're pretty close. So what would be some double confirmation? Obviously, we have SMT at the highs again, which is not the best. But if we can inverse this 1 minute and the 5-minute here at the same time, that would give us some nice confirmation here in these longs. So similar thing as we saw before, right? We're trading back up into this 1 minute Sibby again. We look like we're going to inverse here. And be loved. Alright, looks like we're getting inversion, guys. We got 20 seconds left. Look at the 5-minute. Obviously, we have this 5-minute above, but I'm not too worried about that. I just wanted to see us inverse this one. Oh my gosh. No way we don't inverse here. That'd be kind of funny. Okay. We just got a strong rejection off the 1 minute and 5-minute Sibby above. We still inversed, technically. Okay, we just traded back down. So we're in an inverse 5-minute. I just didn't like that reaction off that 5 minute and 1 minute above. But these longs are starting to look good now. We did finally get 5 minute inversion. Right here, we barely closed above. We traded back into the inverse, and now we're bouncing. But that's okay. I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait for us to break out of our actual opening range if need be to catch it up to previous week high. Because we're not pushing through these levels at all, and we just got a very strong rejection. So we're not seeing any follow through like we expect. We also have SMT at the highs. So we still have things that are holding us down right now. So as much as I really want to take a trade right now, I just can't. I can't, right? We don't have our A+ setup. We don't have all the confirmations we need. Maybe if we can start creating some 1 minute fair value gaps, that would give us some more confirmation. Because right now, when you don't see fair value gaps created in the market, that just shows us that we don't have enough momentum or volume to actually make a real move. So there's no reason for us to really even be in a position anyways. So we will just keep on waiting. Yeah, so I want to see a 1 minute bullish fair value gap created. Or at least see us come up and finally like inverse this level up here. Or break out of the 15 minute opening range up here, right? So once we see fair value gaps actually created, that's when we have the conviction that the longs are really going to start stepping in. Especially if we start inversing this 1 minute here. Alright, so we inversed it. So we might see these longs actually start stepping in here. So I'd be looking to catch them all the way up to here, right? Okay, so no more SMT. Looks like we just grabbed the same highs there. So now I just want to see a good fair value gap entry, right? You could already take the aggressive entry off this inverse retest. You could have already taken that long entry there if you want to. I'm just staying extra patient right now just because of how weird our market has been since market open. Also, we do need to still inverse the 5 minute, but this looks pretty bullish here, guys. This looks pretty bullish. So let's see if we can come back. Let's see if we want to trade into this 1 minute and get a nice bounce off the 1 minute busy here. If we can do that, that would give me some conviction to now jump into a long position. All right, so we did not trade back into it. So hopefully we don't break out and leave us behind here. But that's okay. We still have to wait for our trade setup, right? We don't force a trade, we don't chase. Here we go. Now we're testing it. So now we need to see a bounce from here, and this is when I look for my entry if we get a bounce from this level. If we don't bounce, I stay out. Again, we're not bouncing. This is why I don't take my entry yet, guys. I need to see us bounce. So no bounce from this level. We swept equal highs, and we're coming right back down. So no breakout. Now we just inverse this 1 minute busy. So that's why, again, I just sit on the sideline here. For now, I just sit on the sideline. Might be seek and destroy. Might be. Might be some seek and destroy profile here, guys. So if that's the case, then what would I wait for the next trade setup? If we have absolute confirmation that this is seek and destroy profile, I would wait for us to come back down to these lows and then get a reversal, and I'd look for the longs back up to the highs. That's what I would wait for. I'm not 100% convinced that we're in seek and destroy yet, because I still want to see a breakout to the longs, but that's what I would be waiting for. So let's see if we create a 1 minute SIBI here and inverse the 1 minute SIBI again. Because now we're trading into the 1 minute inverse. Alright, 1 minute SIBI. Let's see if we can inverse this level now. We just closed on the 5 minutes, still respecting the 5 minute Sibi. Still respecting the 5 minute order block up here. So now I want to see inversion here. Really want to see if these longs can actually break out. ES is looking like it wants to break out here. Search and destroy. What a game. Did I know that the plural of stadium is stadia? I did not know that. Where is this confirmed? I need to know your sources. Tell me your sources. Alright, so we got inversion here. Let's see if we're going to get a bounce again off the inverse. Just waiting for this breakout, guys. We're right at opening range high. I want to see us break out here. VIX is dropping. Alright, that's a good sign. So now we want to see us come into this inverse. Maybe even create a balanced price range here. Maybe even create a balanced price range. We're trying to break out right now. We really are trying to break out. This one looks like it wants to go. I just can't chase price up here when we haven't even retested this inverse yet. And we haven't seen a real breakout yet. You guys know I really want these longs. I do. I really want the longs, but I just have to stay patient. I'm not going to force a trade. We're also about to create, if we close above on the 5 minute, that gives us a 5 minute bullish breaker block. So we could even look for an entry off a 5 minute bullish breaker. If we close on the 15 minute above, that means we have a close above our opening range. So that would be an opening range breakout to the upside. So if we can wait about 3 more minutes, you know, we might actually be given a better trade opportunity with more confirmation. But let's see what happens if we trade back into this BPR here. Excuse me. ES just traded into the 1 minute busy. Just really want to see NQ come back. I can feel the breakout, guys. I can feel it. That's so weird. Why are both of them plural? Why are both of them... There shouldn't be two. There shouldn't be two. Hey, we got 2 guys in an excavator in this chat. Any more? Any more? Still waiting here, guys. Still being patient. We're about to close on the 5 and the 15 minute. I'm a guy on the couch. Nice. Hey, there you go, Tibor. Love the discipline, man. I love that discipline. So I really did want to see us close above here on the 5 minute. We have about 20 seconds to do that. On the 5 and the 15 minute, I want to see us close above this high here. If we can close above this high, that gives us a lot of confirmation that these longs might actually step in here. Come on. A few more seconds. A few more seconds. Close above. Close above. Yes, we got to close above. We got to close above just barely. Barely. All right, so now I want to see some. Now I want to see some pullback into this BPR. Cacti. I love the word cacti. Not Chuck E. Cheese. I used to hate that mouse. Me and Chuck E. Cheese had some beef. I got you, Sea Breezy. Come on, come back for us, NQ. Trade back down. Give us a good entry. So we did trade back. No, we didn't even trade back into the 5-minute inverse. But now we do have a 5-minute bullish breaker. We did trade into the bullish breaker here. So this up close candle, this is all our breaker right here, right? That's our breaker block. So these longs are about to step in, guys. I really want to see these longs step in. I just need a better entry level. But the aggressive entry looks like you could start, you know, you could look for a long from here. But I just really want to wait. Because now we have more SMT at the highs. I just need to see a better entry level. So far, price action has not proven to me that I can take an aggressive entry. As much as I want to long this market right now, it's not proving that I can take an aggressive entry yet. Daydream. Alright, so SMT at the highs. ES is respecting this 1-minute SIBI. Man, I just want these longs. Just want these longs to actually step in. Just wanted to see some better order flow here. All night, looking for the answers in the pouring rain. So we have the breaker, right? We want to see us continue up, but I need to see some pullback, and I need to see some better structure here. I need to see some fair value gaps. Something that's going to give me conviction to jump in. Is that a 1 minute? Oh, wait, we barely tapped into a 1 minute here. Small 1 minute busy. Pretty good bounce off that level right there. Pretty good bounce off the 1 minute busy. The only thing is we still have SMT at the highs. Very small 1 minute busy right there. Right, so we might not get as much reward as we were originally looking for on the longs if we do find our setup. But it could still be a pretty good trade. And like I said before, for those of you that are wanting to be more aggressive, you can take the entry off the 5-minute bullish breaker. There's a few different entries, right? You could have taken the entry off this 1 minute busy. So there's plenty of entry levels, right? So if you guys want to be aggressive, you can take those entries. The one thing I haven't liked yet is the SMT, but I expect these longs to step in here, guys. I've been talking about these longs since market open. Since market open, I've been wanting these longs to step in, and we're finally going to our target. We just didn't really give me a great entry level that I trusted too much. And that's alright. I'll just wait for the next trade setup. Ooh, okay. I like this 2 minute right here that we're forming. This would be a nice entry level. Hey, there you go, Elza. There you go. So this 2 minute could be a decent entry level here. We're not looking for a ton of reward. Only about like 87 ticks from here. But that's okay. You know, then we can keep about a 40, 43, 44 tick stop. Okay, wait. We haven't even created the 2 minute yet. So we can't take that entry. Plus we have a pretty long wick here. I want to see us create that 2 minute and then trade into it. Or create a 1 minute and then trade into it. Alright, so we had the expectation of these longs stepping in since market open. And I've really just been, you know, very patient today. Maybe too patient. That's fine. I'd rather be too patient than take a dumb trade. Come on, NQ. Come back now. Come back for us. I want to see us come back for that 2 minute now. How high can we go? Good question, right? We talked about this pre-market. If we go down to like the 4 hour, we could go up to this high, and we could make a push even further. I wouldn't expect us to go all the way up. Not necessarily to here, but we could start making a push all the way to these next highs. Here's those longs, guys. So for those of you that are in the longs right now, that was the TP level we were looking for right there. That was the TP I wanted right there. So we did finally see the, the trade that we were expecting play out. But I just didn't see my entry level, and that's okay. Right? I'm not gonna be upset about that. I didn't have my conviction yet to jump in, so I didn't jump in. But if you jumped in, congrats to you. You probably just caught a nice trade right there. So we just took out previous day high, previous week high. So let's see if we're gonna get continuation. Maybe if we can get some nice pullbacks, some more structure built out here, we can find a pretty good entry. We do want to see if we get some strong pullback now, though, because we still have SMT at the highs, and we just took out some major buy side liquidity. So now this is a point where we could see price pull back kind of aggressively. Right, we're already seeing that strong rejection off that level once we took it out. SMT at the highs. So we took out previous day high, but previous week high is all the way up here, so we still have SMT divergence. Okay, we just tapped into the 2 minute. We're getting a good bounce off the 2 minute. What I still really want to wait for... Wow, that's a very good bounce off the 2 minute right there. Very good bounce off the 2 minute. Yeah, I mean, that was the perfect TP level, right? Whenever we have a major liquidity level like that one, you want to take your TP at that level. Like when we have previous day high, previous week high, you want to take your TP there. So that's a stronger bounce than I was expecting off that 2 minute imbalance right there. Way stronger than I expected. There you go, Zahol. There you go. Dude, that must have been stressful having your power go out right as you get into a trade. Congrats, though. Nice trade. Good TP. So, guys, our next major buy-side level is not until 23.9575. So even if we do break out again, I still have a lot of reward up to these highs. That's why I don't really stress about missing out on the initial trade. That's fine. Right? Our analysis has been exactly on point the entire day so far. So that, that's what I'm happy about. But now we start looking for other sell side or buy side levels. We don't really have much buy side liquidity up here until all the way up here. Honestly, Deep, I would be holding all the way up until, I'd be looking for my TP if I get in another trade or into a trade, all the way up to 23.9575. Hey, Baby B, you can right click on the stream and you can turn down the music if it's too loud. Or if you're on mobile, you can click on the 3 dots and then turn down the music as well. All right, guys, so I really want to see us start to break out from here and give us another good entry. Because even though, we've made this move up, there wasn't a ton of good entry levels. There isn't a ton of good entry levels. There was a few good ones, right? A little bit more aggressive, but still decent, like the 5-minute bullish breaker, 1-minute inverse fair value gap. Right, so there's been some good entry levels, but I didn't trust it because every time we've done something like this so far today, we end up coming back pretty hard, right? So that's why I was just waiting. But I'm still waiting because now we can find another good trade setup all the way up to our next buy-side level. So I'm not worried. I still think we're going to have another good setup here. All right, guys. Just staying patient for the next one. Staying patient for the next one here. I'm never in a rush. I don't get FOMO because I missed out on one trade, right? No, I'm just happy we had really good analysis. I didn't have my entry. That's fine. We move on. I didn't take a loss. I didn't take a win. I'm at break even. Yeah, we do have news in 5 minutes. Orange folder. Yeah, we'll most likely wait for that. We'll most likely wait for that news. But it's orange folder, so I'm not expecting any like crazy volatility from it. We'll have to see. I'm expecting a little bit of volatility, but I want this price action. I want this news to accelerate our price action and give us some good fair value gap entries. Because we're still in silver bullet hour, so I still want to see a continuation. Got you. All right, guys. So, again, just waiting for the next one here. So, out of everybody that's in here, who took that trade and who took a long at all and who stayed out of the market? And you got to give me a good reason if you did take the trade or if you didn't take the trade. Like, why didn't you take the trade or why did you take the trade, right? You got to have a defense for why you took it or why you didn't. No retracement, so no trade. See, that's a good reason. If you didn't see your retracement, good. You stick to your plan. Yep. Bounced off way too fast for you to react. Guys, look at the pump right now. So now we're starting to set up a good trade because we have news coming up pretty soon. Now we're starting to set up another pretty decent trade setup, guys. I want to see a good fair value gap entry now to take us all the way up to these highs. All right, so I like that, right? Everybody that's saying either they took the trade for this reason or they didn't take the trade for this reason. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about right there. Let's see if we create a 1 minute fair value gap here. Can we create a 1 minute fair value gap? So still no trades for me, guys. Still no trades for me. You know, as much as I did want to be in these longs, that's fine. No trade setup that I wanted to take. So we might have another one coming up pretty soon, though. I know we have news coming out soon, so it's going to need to be a really good setup for me to take. All right, so we have this 1 minute busy here. All right, but we still have over 200 ticks from this level until our next TP level. So that's why, again, we can still catch another good trade. There's still more to this move. The move is not completely over. We are also creating a 5 minute busy. 5 minute busy down below. News comes out in 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, so now we have this 1 minute busy here. What I would really like to see is some bearish structure formed. I would like to see maybe like a 1 minute bearish for value gap that we can run through and then look for another IFUG entry. But we might also see us trade into this 1 minute and start to really pump. We do have news coming out in 30 seconds. So patience is going to be a must here. All right, let's see if we trade back into this 1 minute, and let's see what kind of effect this news has on our market here. All right, here's the news. Here's the news. Manipulation time. Manipulation time. Be careful here. Be careful. Wait for some 1 minute structure to start forming. We haven't tapped into that 5 minute yet. I would like to see us bounce off that 5 minute. Let's see how that news came out. All right. Okay, so we're starting to bounce pretty hard off this 1 minute here. Starting to bounce pretty hard off this 1 minute. Might start targeting an entry here if we get continuation right now. If we get continuation, I might even target an entry pretty soon. Let's see what we do here. Let's see what kind of reaction we get right now. I'm still a little hesitant to get an entry this soon after news, especially when we form a 5 minute busy below. But we got a great rejection off the 1 minute busy. Great bounce. So still staying patient for this entry. A+ setups only, guys. A+ setups only. So we trade into a 2 minute as well. Good reaction off the 2 minute. It is very possible for us to still come down, right? Down to that 5 minute. That's why you don't see me rushing into this trade entry yet. Just because we're kind of stalling here, right? And we still have this 5 minute busy. So it's still very possible. But the aggressive entry would be in the longs right now, right? That would be the aggressive entry. I just don't like how much we're stalling right now. I don't want to get an entry while we're still kind of stalling and chopping right here. But so far today, the longs have, they've been proving that they continue to respect bullish order flow and they keep pumping. But I still want to wait for a little bit of pullback. And what I'd really like to see is a 1 minute SIBI formed and then see us run through that 1 minute SIBI. Facts. Got to be more conservative than Tucker Carlson. Didn't we already listen to the song? Yeah, we did. Let's listen to the Smashing Pumpkins. Carl Zinn. Wilma's Rainbow by Helmet. All right. That is on cue for you. On cue for you, Rob. Yeah, guys. So, again, bullish order flow is still being respected right now. So, we still want to see these longs come in. Like I said, the aggressive entry would be already taking the longs. You would have already taken the longs off the 1 minute busy. I'm being a little bit more conservative. Just like Tony said, I'm being more conservative than Tucker Carlson. But if you are not conservative, if you are super progressive, then, maybe you look for a long already. See, why can't everybody just talk about politics in a nice and funny way instead of just yelling at each other about everything? Wouldn't that be nice? All right, so 5 minute just closed here. We still look very bullish here. I really don't like all this stalling right now. The stalling is what I don't like. I really just want to see some better order flow start coming in. It's too much chop right now. Do. Patience, guys. Patience. I know some of you are probably already in the longs right now. Some of you might still be holding that original trade. That is the truth, forever loading. That is the truth. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Right? That's how it goes. Come on, give us some manipulation. Give us a 1-minute Sibby. That's all I'm waiting for, guys. A nice 1-minute Sibby. Run through that 1-minute Sibby, get inversion, and then take our long position. If not, we might just start breaking out and we got to wait for the next entry. But this chop is not somewhere I'm going to take an entry right now. How about some white stripes? Come on. Give us some power of 3. Give us some AMD. Come down, manipulate. Hey. There you go, Korea. That's what I'm talking about, dude. What a beaut of a trade right there. Beautiful. Alright, back into the 1 minute. Back into the 2 minute here. I want to see us manipulate down. Possibly all the way to the 5 minute. I don't know if we're going to go that far. Give us some manipulation. Give us a good 1 minute Sibby to run through, to inverse. Alright, looks like we're going to inverse this one. So what I want to see now is a 1 minute Sibby created. I want to see us maybe trade into this 5 minute. And then look for inversion of a 1 minute. And then I will take my entry. We do have some SMT at the highs, but so far today that has not stopped us from pumping. Watch, we're not even going to create that 1 minute Sibby here. Let's see if we do it. Create a Sibby. Next TP Omar is all the way up at 239575. That's my target. That's my next target. We don't really have any liquidity until then. Maybe a little bit on the 1 minute time frame, but not much. Alright, here we go. Okay, we didn't even create the 1 minute. Well, we did not create the 1 minute. So that's annoying. We might have a 2 minute though. Okay, never mind. We don't have a 2 minute. We have a small 2 minute imbalance here. Can you tell me how many ticks is that from the small 1 minute IFEG to take profit you have set? Yeah, so if we did go from the 2 minute here, that would be about 206 ticks. Okay, no IFEG anymore, or no bearish fair value gap. So now what do I have to wait for? I have to wait for another 1 minute busy to form. I have to wait for another 1 minute busy to form here. We almost had our conviction right there. But now we're still seeing that bullish order flow is in control. So now I just need to see a 1 minute fair value gap created to give me that conviction to then jump into a trade. Because we're not creating any 1 minute bullish fair value gaps right now. And we inverse this 1 minute right here. We also came down and did we inverse this 2 minute? We did not inverse it technically, so I guess we still respected the 2 minute there. All I need is a fair value gap entry here, guys. That's all I'm looking for now. But price action here is not really giving us anything good. You might be right, Deep. You might be right. Alright, and this is why I didn't take the aggressive entry here, just because I had a good inclination after taking out major buy-side liquidity that we're going to stall for a little bit and we're going to chop and we might get a manipulation move. Honestly, I might even take full TP at that next high. If not there, then I would keep holding all the way until we got to look for some other levels. But again, our next major TP level, it's not all the way until up there. That's not our next liquidity is not until all the way up there. So it just depends on what kind of breakout we get. I wouldn't expect us to go all the way up to here, so I'd probably look to take most of my position off at this high. And maybe just leave like one runner. And then if we don't, and then I'll trail my stop pretty close. And if we don't get continuation, I'll just get out of that trade. But ultimately, that is the next liquidity level we would want price to go to. It's all the way at 25.38. I just don't expect us to really reach that level today. So no fair value gaps created, guys. This is pretty choppy right here. That's okay. We might just have to keep on waiting. I still expect this one to break out to our next TP, though. I expect this one to break out to the next liquidity level. It's just a matter of when. We are about to create another, right here, we're about to create a 15-minute busy right here, right? We are about to create a 15-minute busy. So we might be prepping for that. We might be kind of stalling for that. So a lot of waiting today. A lot of waiting. Who knows about a little blind melon? Oh. Alright, so we got about 1 minute and 40 seconds until the 15-minute busy is created. We're still chopping around. Still have accumulation. So we could still see a nice power of 3 move. Hey, there we go, Mr. Nick. Yeah, I absolutely love Blind Melon. I think they're one of the more underrated bands. Alright, we finally tapped into the 5-minute. Took long enough. Took us long enough. Uh-oh. When would I start shorting? I wouldn't start shorting for a long time until we really, like, maybe if we inverse a 15-minute busy, like if we came down and inverse this level, maybe I would think about shorting. But I really don't want to short this market right now. Or maybe around lunchtime, right? If we get our lunchtime reversal, I would think about shorting. So if time and price are aligning, I would think about it. Alright, so now we are finally creating a 1-minute SIBI here. Watch us just run through and not create it. So we're creating a 1-minute SIBI. We have a 15-minute busy being created here. We just tapped into a 5-minute busy. So now I'm looking for... Yeah, so we just took out previous day high, previous week high, right? That was our first... That was the TP I wanted to take from this morning, but I never got into the trade. But now I expect continuation. I expect some continuation here. So let's see if we inverse this 1 minute, or if we're going to want to trade down to the 15-minute. We might want to trade down to this 15-minute first. So I would love to see a nice bounce off this 15-minute, 5-minute busy. And then see us run right through this 1-minute Sibby here, get an entry, target the highs up here. To say to me, I don't know if we're going to trade into it. We'll see here. I would still look for a possible entry, even if we don't trade down into it. But I would rather see us trade down into these bullish imbalances first. Here we go. Can we trade into the 15-minute here? All right, we just traded into the 15-minute. Now I want to see us reverse and come right back up. I don't want to see us move too far down. I just want to see us trade into that a little bit, into the 15, and then come back up and get some inversion here. Ooh. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down a little bit more. All right, so we know the 5-minute busy is right here. This is the entry to the 15-minute. We're coming down further into the 15. Let's see where that equilibrium of the 15-minute busy is. Would you look at that? We just tapped exactly off the equilibrium of the 15-minute busy. Exactly off the EQ. So now we want to see inversion of this 1 minute. If we get inversion of this 1 minute, I am jumping in the longs. I don't care how long I have to wait, guys. I will keep waiting until I have my A+ set up. Settled in a final location. But I hope it comes soon because I really want to eat some food. Getting kind of hungry over here. I don't know about you guys, but I don't eat in the mornings until after our first trading session. I just drink black coffee. Californication. Come on. All we need to see is inversion. Once we see inversion of this level, I'm in long all the way. All the way. Oh, you know, John, well, a neck injury with 2 shoulder injuries and my back injury all have been a good combination the past 3 weeks that have kept me out of the gym. But I did go on Monday. And shoulders were not feeling too good, but I'm getting back into it, don't worry. We will have prop firm session today. It is for everybody. It is free for everyone. Free for everybody to join. All right, Sea Breezy, I got you. Just waiting here, guys. Just waiting. Oh, using my injuries as an excuse? No, I don't think anybody can use my injuries as an excuse not to go to the gym. So did I do dance a couple of years ago? I did folk dance. Gave me cardio and a great ass. No, I've never done dance before. I do like to dance. I used to do a lot of squatting. When I was about 14, 15, I was able to squat about 315 pounds, and that's what I ended up destroying my back from. John is not wrong. My shirt does not like to stay on. Most of the time, my shirt does not like to stay on. It's not even me. It just comes off. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I can't do squats anymore, obviously, but I used to love them. All right, guys, I'm waiting for inversion here. We almost have our last confluence right now. We almost have our last confluence. All right, man. Yeah, that's I'm assuming did you come from FFN or I'm assuming you probably came from FFN. All of my streams on FFN have been like pretty bad price action. I don't know what happens. Okay, we still can't inverse yet. Still no inversion here. Sadly, no inversion. Still just waiting. Oh, wow, that's cool. You did a marathon on the Great Wall? That's super cool. Thank you, AZ Sunshine. Hey, don't say that, Jordan. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yeah, last year, November, December was pretty terrible price action. Pretty terrible price action. But I ended up having a pretty good December last year. And actually, January and February were like my worst months of the year. But that was because of a lot of outside reasons as well. I was letting a lot of external factors get in the way. Yeah, I do remember though, November, December of last year were pretty bad months. It's pretty typical that the end of the year, around the holidays, is not the best price action. But we'll see. We do have an election coming up, and we have not had an election in a while, so we'll see what that brings. We'll see what that brings the market. Less than a month away is our election, guys. Pretty crazy. Yeah, the election might make it worse. Should I run for president in 2028? I might run for president. Just kidding, I'm not even old enough. I wouldn't even be old enough. I'm acting like I would ever even do that in the first place. Alright, guys. Well, we're not seeming to run through this 1 minute. We're almost at the end of the hour, and we're just kind of slowly chopping back down here. But I'm still not looking to take a short. Only if you live trade to the nation. Now that would be crazy. Alright, guys, we got 350 million people on our live stream. Thanks, AZ Sunshine. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe. I think so too, Jack. I think we might go to all-time highs on NQ, especially since ES has already hit all-time highs. Which president is the GOAT in my POV? Definitely Abraham Lincoln. Abe Lincoln was the GOAT. Come on, man. He did like the best thing that any president's ever done. Teddy Roosevelt was also pretty goated, as the kids like to say. But when I think of one single act that a president has done in their presidency, I have to say that Abraham Lincoln is the best. just from one single act. But overall, Teddy Roosevelt's a good one. That's pretty good. I don't know. We've had some pretty bad presidents in recent history. Don't open up that conversation, C Breezy. We don't need to do that. I know you're joking. Yes, guys, I'm just waiting for these longs to come in here. Waiting for these longs. Come back. Come back. I mean, don't come back. Push through. America. That's actually so crazy. Yes, my vote is for the longs. Oh, this song is good. This song is so good. I haven't heard this song in a while. We need to see an Italian president. Is that too much to ask for? Who would be your vote if you had one Italian as president besides Tony Soprano? Besides Tony Soprano. Come on, guys. I'm just waiting for inversion here. I don't know. I don't mind the song. I think it's good. No, it has to be a real person, a real Italian, not a. I'm sorry. I know Tony's not fictional, but not a fictional character. Sinatra. Okay, they also have to be alive. Come on, inverse. You guys ready for some brain rot? My vote is for the Rizzler. There's my brain rot of the day. Alright, here we go, guys. Inversion, 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 inversion. Come on. Come back now. Alright, guys. We got our inverse. Now I'm looking for my entry. Now I'm looking for my entry off this inverse or off the next 1 minute bullish fair value gap. Not gonna lie to you guys, excuse my French, but I'm about to piss my pants. Excuse my French. But I've just been holding out so that I can finally catch this long. I don't know, it sounds like French to me. I'm about a wee. Is that better? Alright guys, if we create this 1 minute busy right now, and we can bounce off this 1 minute busy, I'm targeting my long entry. Give me my entry. Come on, come back. Come back. Don't run away from us. Come on back. Please. Please, NQ, will you come back? It's not listening, guys. It's not listening. I'm telling you, these longs are stepping in hard right now. These longs are about to step in so aggressively. All I wanted was for one retracement move, guys. One retracement move. Was that too much to ask for? I guess that's too much to ask for. Why is NQ being so toxic right now? NQ is being so toxic. For real, man. Such a bully. Such a bully. If you got the aggressive entry, props to you, right? You could have gotten the entry right as we pushed above, but I just wanted to see us close above first, honestly. But this one's going, guys. This one might not come back for us. Come on. I just wanted to see it come back. Come back. No way. No way this one runs away from us. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. It's running, guys. It's running. No. Come on. Yeah, I don't think this one's coming back for us, guys. I don't think it's coming back for us. I think this one's going to full TP. ES just took out previous week high. Finally. Hey, don't be sad. I appreciate that. It's okay. If you caught that, that's all I care about, guys. I wanted you guys to catch a trade, right? So if you caught it, awesome. If not, it's okay. It's okay. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for a comeback, for us to come back. All right, I still haven't taken a trade today, so it's not like I'm down or anything. I'm not getting FOMO. It is what it is. As much as I like to joke around about it, I don't actually get FOMO about this because I didn't see my entry again. I didn't see my entry again, right? So that's fine. No reason for me to have FOMO. We just closed on the hour here. We have a lot of fair value gaps being created. So at this point, though, we're not looking for too much TP here. We could look for maybe a possible scalp, but I don't really like taking an entry all the way up here unless we see some like a really good reaction off of it. Oh. So I guess we could still see a decent entry from here. We could still catch almost 100 ticks. But watch, it's not going to come back again. It's not even tapping into it. It's not even tapping into it. Yep, NQ is very toxic today, guys. Very toxic to me. It's been a great market. Not like 100%. This market has been awesome for the most part. We've seen, I wouldn't say awesome. It's been solid. We've called this out from the very beginning. What did we say? We said we're going to come down. We're going to sweep the lows. The farthest we'll come down is this low right here. We're then going to try to inverse, and we're waiting for a breakout up to previous day high, previous week high, and this was our next target up here. So even though I have not gotten the entries I've wanted to, I have not gotten a trade yet today, I can sit on the sideline and I can be happy that my analysis was on point, and I can be happy that I stayed disciplined enough not to go away from my trading plan. I stuck to my rules, and my rules didn't happen, so I did not take a trade. And I can walk away from this with being very happy about that. That's truly what matters. I don't care that I missed out on some profit because, again, there's still going to be more opportunity today, tomorrow, Friday. I'll make my profit. I already made profit yesterday, so I don't care about that. I'd much rather do what I did today than take a loss because I went against my plan. Any day, any single day, I would rather do that. All right, let's see if we do end up coming back a little bit. What time is prop firm? Let me check schedule. I think our prop firm is today at 11. Yeah, 11 a.m. PST. 11 a.m. PST. All right, did we just tap in? We just tapped into the 1 minute, guys, so I'm still looking for a possible long here. If we start to bounce from here, I'm going to look for a long. I'm going to look for a possible long here. I know we do have some SMT, but this one might start bouncing pretty quick here. Did we create a 2 minute imbalance as well? We also have a 2 minute imbalance down there as well. So let's see if we do maybe want to come back a little bit. Let's see if we trade into this 2 minute. If we can get a good bounce from the 2 minute, I might look for a possible entry here. Just looking for more of a scalp, you know, around 100 ticks, 90 to 100 ticks. All right, so we just tapped into the 2 minute. Let's see if we get a nice bounce here. All right, we're bouncing, we're bouncing. Do you have to? Okay, good bounce, good bounce. I kind of want to target along here, guys. I'm going to target along half a lot. I'm just going to go half position. It's going to be a quick scalp, if anything. My entry is kind of high, actually. Entry is way too high, so I'm not even looking for that much reward here. So I'll just keep a very tight stop loss, if anything. Probably just down at these lows. If we don't start pumping right away off this level, then I'll probably just cut it, right? I'll probably just cut it like pretty soon if we don't get the pump right away. So I'm just trying to catch just a small part of this move, you know? Just a small part of this, just a quick scalp. It's not the best, it's obviously not the best entry here. So if we don't see follow through right away, then I'm just going to get out, right? I'm just going to sell. I will probably just take like a few tick loss. I won't even take a 30 tick loss. But so far today, every time we've traded into a 1 minute or a 2 minute like this, we've seen a strong bounce, right? So that's why I'm willing to take this trade right now with half a lot. Not even in a full position right now. All right, so if we manipulate down here, then I'll just cut it, wait, and I'll wait until this afternoon to take any other trades probably. Or for lunchtime reversal. You know what? If we bounce here, I'll just add into a full. I'll just add into a full here because I do have like a 30 tick stop right now, right? I have like a 30 tick stop, so I'm not really risking much at all. So obviously this is a very small trade here, only looking for like a 60 tick reward. So I'll just sell half at the top at 23.9575. And if we don't get follow through, again, that's a 30 tick loss for me, right? So I'm not worried about a 30 tick loss. Let's see. I need it to be actually 30 ticks here. So 30 tick loss for me, not a big deal. I'm just looking for a quick little scalp. If this one doesn't fall through, oh well. At least I tried something here, right? I tried something. I like the trade. It's not the best trade I could take, but our risk management is there. Either way. Stop loss is at 23.7225, so it's only 30 ticks. So I'm looking just for a quick 1 to 2, quick scalp. This one doesn't look like it's going to fall through. I might just cut this one pretty soon. If this one's not going to fall through like within the next minute, I'm just going to cut it. I'll just cut it. I don't want to see this chop. That's not a trade I want to be in. I'd rather just get out of this if it's going to chop like this. So at this next 1 minute candle, I need to see it pump or I'm just going to get out. So I've got my mouse right over the exit all button, right? Just in case. If it's just going to chop around, move down too aggressively, I'm out. Yeah, I might just cut this one, guys. I might just cut this one. It's just there's just no follow through. It's just choppy. I'm just going to cut it. That's fine. Small loss. I'm good. So now what I would wait for here, this was obviously not the best entry I could have taken, but I still expect us to at least reach this high up here, right? I still expect us to still reach this high. So I'm still going to look for a long back up to that high. And even if this one does go and I miss out on it, oh well. But I still want to see these long step in, and that's why I was willing to still take that trade off of a 2 minute imbalance, off of a 1 minute imbalance. So again, you could still hold this trade if you want to. I could have still held this trade, but I just didn't like the chop. So I didn't really want to hold it. But these longs very well could still step in here. So here's what I'll probably do, guys. Here's what I'll probably do. Let me pause the music for a second. So what I'll probably do is take a little bit of a break. Come back once the market, starts pumping or dumping, right? Our lunchtime reversal is always around 11:30 Eastern, so it's coming up pretty soon. So I might wait and see if we get the lunchtime reversal, but I just want to take a quick little break, right? I tried one trade. It is what it is. Pretty small loss, probably about a 15 tick loss. So I still want to look for a trade today, right? Still want to look for a trade. So I'm going to take a break, eat some food, and come back to the charts. And we obviously have prop firm session coming up. We also have John's session coming up. So I'm still going to be looking for some trades, all right? So what my advice to you would be, don't force any trades right now, right? I tried one trade, but did you see how quick I cut it because I didn't see follow through? If you're going to trade, you need to be very careful right now until price action clears up a little bit, right? So we will be back soon. I'll hop back on the charts in probably about 30 minutes, and I'll let you know what I'm seeing if I'm going to take another trade. I plan on taking another trade, right? So I will keep you guys updated. Until then, you guys stay safe. God bless. I will talk to you very soon. All right, guys. Peace out.